today, Bloons Tower Defense 6 by SsethTzeentach. Monkey throw dart at balloon, no thoughts, just monkey, hate balloon. That's everything I have to say about this video. I never really played much of Bloons. I usually went towards like other Flash games when I was younger. I definitely played some other like tower defense games, but right now it's just all like it feels like such a distant fever dream, that era of playing Flash games on your web, like those Madness Combat games and like different Pico type games on Newgrounds and stuff like that.
Live in the middle of nowhere, on unpronounceable street on the first floor. There's only one floor. My name is SsethTzeentach. I'm 27 years old.
Holy! Is Seth actually older than me? That's surprising.
Taking care of myself in a balanced diet and a rigorous exercise routine.
Classic.
In the morning, if my hands aren't shaking, I'll take 360 milligrams of extended release amphetamine while doing my daily jelq session. I can do 1,000 now. After I start to feel heart palpitations, I go to the vitamin closet. For multivitamins, I take 2 gummy dinosaurs, then a gummy fruit pastel, and a single magic bean. Then I chug down 2-gram paracetamol to slow the approaching migraine while I prepare the rest of my routine. I always use a painkiller with little or no risk of stomach ulceration, because stomach ulcers are incredibly painful and make you die. Then 2 tabs of zinc.
Wait, I just noticed something. So because Seth always covers up all of his skin when he does any like IRL bits, probably to cover up the fact that he's not in fact black, as his mascot of the channel, I guess, is. I don't know if he's actually serious about that, or if it's like a big inside joke, or if he actually worries that people think he's black and he needs to keep up the appearance. I don't know. Internet, like the internet creation space when you're not showing your face is fucking insane. I remember back in the day, people thought Donkey was black for some reason. I never got that. Just a Caucasian white dude. And then like, obviously nobody thought that the Dream was a person of color or anything like that. But yeah, just revealing his face was such a big fucking deal to his audience. Everybody from the side who didn't engage with Dream was like, who the fuck cares? He just looks normal, you're making it weird. But to his audience, it mattered so much that I don't know if I should point out that Seth has the fucking second... wait, is that actually his? No, that is 100% his skin. Unless that's an extension of the glove. Maybe he has 2 pairs of gloves on.
I always use...
So yeah, he has the second... if that's his skin, he has the second palest fucking complexion in this video. Of course, right after me, because I'm the palest motherfucker around. Which is funny. I never note... It's interesting to me because, like I said, in all of his videos, he is always wearing gloves covering up everything. So it's just interesting to see actually his skin tone for once. God, I feel so fucking parasocial right now.
Megadose of...
Anyway, what the fuck were we even talking about?
Of a SsethTzeentach. Some kind of abstraction, but there is no real...
What is that?
Only an entity, something illusory.
Oh, that's
gel
that takes out...
And you can shake my hand and feel flesh
moisture.
Yours, and maybe you can even sense our lifestyles are probably comparable. I simply am not there. Hey people, Seth here. Hello, my little dart monkeys. It's been a while. Apologies, I had to take a short break from the hustle, because if you only made 2 videos in 6 months, something's not right. And while ADHD medication is very useful to satisfy expectation and fit into the psychopathic mold of society, after 7 years of regular consumption, it's good to take a break. Since withdrawal kicked in, the only thing I have energy
Oh yeah, this was the beginning of his arc of breaking away from medication, which is it's cool, it's amazing. I am so glad he is becoming increasingly more stable. At least I hope so. I obviously don't know him personally, so
energy for is getting out of bed, feeding the colony, and playing Bloons. Bloons Tower Defense 6, written and pronounced as if you were dyslexic, is a homeland defense simulator where you and your men are the only thing that stands between life and the complete and utter annihilation of monkey civilization. The stakes are high, but the premise might sound absurd. Rubber balloons? Really? How could that possibly be a threat to monkey civilization? I'll tell you, because it's a choking hazard. The respiratory tract of a rhesus macaque is very slim, and if a child inhales enough rubber, they're going to die of asphyxiation. I've never tested this, but I'm just assuming. For any civilization, several generations of high infant mortality, and we're on the brink of extinction. And so, the most primitive form of monkey weaponry...
Like, I get swallowing, like, pieces of rubber after you pop a balloon, but inhaling rubber? What the fuck?
Merged the original decisive
I don't know why I'm searching for logic in a video about Bloons Tower Defense 6.
For what happened next. You see, for every balloon you deflate, you get 2 more. That's because they reproduce faster than we can kill. But now, we've introduced natural selection to the balloon population. Tougher, more resistant fibers, translucent material, higher reproductive capacities, and even limited regeneration of lost tissue start being selected for in the balloon population, thus beginning the eternal arms race between technology and an all-consuming, rapidly evolving bioweapon. You might think this game is a joke, but this review is a joke. It isn't. It's very much a Crisis just got released on PC in 2007 situation, where all the critique and anger is coming from people who, 1, don't own it, or 2, can't run it, because they don't have the RTX 3080 necessary to even boot up the game on low settings. Like any good game, we begin by starting Cheat Engine, loading the following cheat table, hooking up the executable, and from there, enable editable values, get player. Double-click the action value and change it to get player info. It should update with your current values, which you edit by double-clicking. Apply them by changing the action value to set player info. If you don't see anything, tab into a different menu and switch back.
I guess there was something there and he decided it's not a good idea to leave it unblurred. I mean, obviously the settings for a cheat engine. I wonder if this video was taken down and re-uploaded. That sometimes happens. I wonder if it was that kind of situation where he had to re-upload it, or just at the end, like, of editing, he said, you know what, maybe it's not a good idea to show this because I can get banned, or the creators of this game will go after me or something.
This will very likely get you banned. However, using every other cheat will not. You can exploit this by earning monkey money, turning on infinite monkey money, and buying anything equal to or below your total sum of monkey money without spending a single dime.
There is too much blurred.
I'm sorry for telling.
There is too fucking much blurred things. Something happened when he was making this video or post its creation.
Everyone how to bypass your shitty in-game cash shop. I don't do it out of pleasure. I do it out of moral obligation to inconvenience anyone and anything that comes out of New Zealand. To play the game, pick a map, pick a difficulty, and try to finish it. For reference, anything under hard difficulty is meant for children. Are you a child? I hope not. How did you end up here? Did your mother leave you alone with a tablet, assuming that the cold hard expanse of the internet is somehow an appropriate surrogate to parental attention? In which case, I'm incredibly sorry. I'm sure your parents will take full personal accountability for your impending developmental issues. But I digress. As my good friend Mandalore Gaming often says, can we stop discussing children? Hard is the starting baseline difficulty. Think of it as a rite of passage before the game considers you competent enough to to stand a chance of winning the actual game. The actual game is Chimps Mode, an acronym which stands for no continues, no hearts lost, no income, no monkey knowledge, no powers, and no selling. Effectively, pay to win is no longer an option, and a single mistake will undo your entire run. It is the truest test of monkey fortitude. Basically, you're training yourself up to handle the worst this game can throw at you without any help. There's many monkeys and many balloons. Different balloons require different monkeys to sufficiently deflate and destroy them. While the most basic and primordial balloon, the red balloon, can be popped by any monkey, the situation quickly becomes more complicated, as most balloons come in layers, including, but not limited to, camo, lead, ceramic, LGBT, each with their own properties, strengths, and weaknesses. They also come in sizes: regular and blimp, also known as Moabs, BFBs, Zongs, and Bads. These initially serve as boss encounters, which, following the Dark Souls Miyazaki school of thought, eventually become
common
regular
enemies.
In general, these are gigantic, gestating balloon females, which, upon popping, release their entire brood on the battlefield. I would say these are generally slow, until round 90, when you encounter your first DDT. After 20 minutes of play, which you're going to lose in 2 seconds. There is a common anecdote on the Bloons TD 6 Red.
What? What the fuck? Hey, yo, what's going on Balloon Tower Defense 6 subreddit? I think they lost the plot.
Reddit
A
never
little
asked
bit.
a woman her age, a man his salary, and Ninja Kiwi how they recorded their Moab popping sound. Let's talk about monkeys.
Excuse
In total,
me?
there's 22 different monkeys across 4 different trees: primary, military, magic, and support. Each has their own purpose and place on the battlefield. Dart monkey is your OG shooter. Boomerang monkey has curved shots and can switch hands. Bomb shooter counters lead. Tack shooter counters everything else. Ice monkey. Glue gunner. Nobody knows what they do because nobody picks them. Sniper monkey has infinite range. Monkey sub bottoms for the monkey dom. Monkey buccaneer upgrades to the entire East India Trade Company. Monkey ace has nuclear capabilities. Heli pilot can solo the game. Mortar monkey is incredibly accurate. Dartling gunner comes with his own panic button. Ninja monkey counters stealth. Wizard monkey counters your ability to see. Super monkey will be discussed at a later time. Alchemist turns lead into gold. Druid turns crops into gold. Banana farm turns bananas into centralized banking. Monkey village supports the home front. Spike factory keeps out the homeless. And engineer monkey is somehow less popular than the ice monkey. In reality, you don't have to know all that. All you need to know is the current
What does the fucking engineer monkey do to deserve such hatred?
meta pick, so you can turn your brain off for half an hour and still scavenge some dopamine for your zoomy receptors. Each monkey comes with 3 different upgrade trees, which are mutually exclusive to each other. You can pursue one tree up to 5 and benefit from 2 levels of another. When we talk strategy, we use the free number nomenclature, which denotes the number of upgrades in each tree in descending order. For example, this is what it looks like when I smack down a 103 dart monkey, a 200 village, and a 301 alchemist. This is handy to know when somebody starts screaming at you that a 401 alchemist is not the same as a 402, that you're wasting precious animation frames on something that doesn't benefit you, that you have effectively gimped yourself out of an expensive investment, and instead of playing balloons, you should instead consider the rope. The balloons community is nothing if not passionate. On top of that, you have heroes. There's many to choose from, so choose wisely, because you only get to bring one of them. These include Quincy, who never whiffs, not a single arrow. Sada, my beloved. Adora, who is adorable, and also powered by blood sacrifice, in the same way as a 33rd degree Mason. Benjamin, who stacks the Benjamins and contributes nothing else. Picking him in a multiplayer game is considered a form of griefing at best, and at worst, a hate crime. And of course, funny tank monkey, and many more. So, let's talk about strategy. You're gonna open with Quincy into a 301 ninja, followed by a 200 alchemist. Upgrade alchemist to 301, ninja to 402. Smack down a 200 monkey village. Then place your 320 heli pilot, alchemist to 401, heli to 420, village to 30. And finally,
assuming
finish your
this is-
520 heli pilot.
I'm assuming this is gonna end up in you will lose anyway.
As your current meta pick clears everything from hard to chimps with minimal thinking. But
What the fuck?
But who cares? Secondly, it's not enough to win advanced and expert level maps, and it's certainly not enough to beat boss events. There's 2 bosses, and they rotate every week. Bloonarius, the Inflator, and the Lich. I say this unironically. I've seen a lot of erotic illustrations of Bloonarius. Porn, if you will. And it makes me act up. Boss events are interesting. On the one hand, yes, you can pay to win. On the other hand, it's not gonna say...
Is the Bloons tower defense community okay? Can somebody run a check on them? What the fuck? I thought we were going to talk about the video game where you pop little balloons with the dart monkey, and I'm unpacking all of this forbidden lore about they make hentai of fucking characters that are blimps? What? And they basically actually spew some hateful shit if you don't do the optimal upgrades to your monkeys. What the hell is going on?
For reference, the last round of Chimps, round 100, features a single BAD. This has 28,000 HP. Tier 5 Bloonarius spawns round 120 with 3 million, and if it's Elite Bloonarius, 40 million. So how do we overcome numbers that big? Simple. We finance the war with money we don't have. We need free bits of monkey knowledge from a support tree. Bigger deals, backroom deals, bank deposits. Naturally, we take Benjamin for increased stacking of Benjamins. Then you convert your first monkey farm into a 240, giving us access to IMF loans. IMF, standing for the International Monkey Fund. Take the loan, deposit twice, wait a single round, collect interest, cash out, and repeat. Use borrowed money to make more money, to make more banks, to take more loans, to borrow more money. Then upgrade your bank to 250, or Monkeynomics, with the descriptor for when you're too big to fail, thus creating the Federal Reserve. And now we print money directly out of thin air. Inflation? Don't worry about it. Take more loans, print more money, get a 500 nuclear sub so we can borrow, print, and spend even faster. But what exactly are we spending towards? We're spending towards a very expensive sacrifice, because ultimately there's only one way to win war. Blood. A lot of blood. Money is merely the vehicle to convince you. We just need you to die. And so, fittingly, the strongest tower in the game requires a mountain of sacrifice, consuming everything and everyone around it. Twice, because there's 2 upgrades. The true Sun God is the second strongest tower in the game. If you're currently seeing this, it means I fucked up, and I have to reset. The vengeful, true Sun God is the strongest tower in the game. Also, the leading cause of aneurysms each time I miss a single step in this 35-page wiki article. But he is worth the effort. He can solo the entire boss on normal. On elite difficulty, however, you have to fill every square pixel of your screen with monkeys, sacrifice them all, only to receive a low-degree Paragon and quit the game very calmly. Confused? Then I invite you to read the 39-page wiki article.
Okay, let's see.
Very calmly. Confused?
Let's see what this has to say.
Then
sacrifice requirements, hidden value knows power, different total population count. Each tier 5 tower will contribute 10,000 power for a maximum of 90,000 power. Excludes the first 3 tier 5 towers. What the fuck? Each non-5 tier tower upgrade will contribute 100 power. Exclude every $25 spent on sacrifice towers will contribute 1 power. Every 180 pops achieved by sacrifice towers will contribute 1 power. The power needed for each degree is determined by the formula where D is degree. As a result, there is no unique combination of upgrades, prices, etc. What the fuck am I reading? What?
The article. Consult this simple mathematical formula for power calculation and come back just as confused. Paragons are tier 6 monkeys. However, their strength is determined by their degree, which is a measure of equality and quantity of sacrifices given. There's 4 in total. Under optimal conditions, to create all 4, we have to put about 200 monkeys into body bags, but the sacrifice is well justified. It's pretty much the only way you can possibly clear a boss run on elite difficulty. There's many more modes in this game. Odyssey.
Is he going to actually show the Paragon monkeys? Because now I'm invested. I read all of that bullshit about power, and I wanna see what each of them does and what degree do they require. No, we're just gonna skip over that.
Races, which are gonna get me banned someday. Custom challenges, which have to be played yourself after making them to ensure that it's actually possible to beat. Instead, I use Cheat Engine to make maps that are physically impossible to finish and post them online for unsuspecting victims. And of course, multiplayer.
Wait, my Monkey Wall Street.
Which looks a little like this.
Where the blades coming from? What's doing that?
Multiplayer is the shit. Arguably, it's harder than single player because you all share the same income. This leads to the inevitable situation where everybody picks Benjamin, buys a turn 12 banana farm, and we lose the game. It's a lot of fun. It's incredibly fun, interactive, and dynamic when one of your friends pops down a sun temple right next to your farms, consuming all of your income.
Watch this.
Oh!
Why'd everything go by?
What? Did I clear the whole map? What the fuck?
In the industry, this is known as a skill issue. To answer a question I've been hearing, what is Bloons Tower Defense 6? It is when you can physically no longer see what you're doing. When the screen is filled with so much shit that all you're left with is an assault.
I mean, that's one conclusion that you can draw from this footage.
It's amazing. Also, how much you can handle on screen? Great benchmark for your hardware. Because you'll get somebody talking shit about how great their processor is, just because Rakesh at the Dell store told them so. And suddenly, they drop from the game, being real quiet ever since. I do, however, have some critique. I've heard so many pops that I've developed tinnitus. I've listened to the soundtrack for so long that if I hear it alone, in isolation, my brain fills in the gaps and creates audible popping. But I think that's a fair price to pay. Also, New Zealand company jacks up the in-game price of the Australian flag. Very based. Unfortunately, this game does run like ass sometimes. It doesn't like being left in the background, and it doesn't close properly for me. So I made a little batch file to kill the process. I recommend you do the same. It does save progress on maps, so usually you don't lose anything. I think anybody can enjoy Bloons TD 6. I saw one of the top reviews with some guy saying it helped him get over his divorce. If it could help him, maybe it can help you. Before you cast it off as a joke and an unserious suggestion, consider the possibility that you live in a tyrannical society where at any time you can be muzzled, beaten, and put into captivity until you die. Considering these things, maybe it's not a joke. Maybe you're the clown, and the punchline is your entire existence. In summary, Bloons TD 6, 10 out of 10. Very
I mean, that got very existential at the end. I don't even wanna say anything about that comment because holy... So much stuff has happened over the past like 3 or 4 years. It's insane. Internet was a mistake. It honestly was a mistake. It doesn't bring anything good to like a life of average person. What do you do with all of that outrage that the media feeds you? What do you do with all of that drama that the YouTubers keep spoon-feeding you? Do you do anything productive with it? Is your life better that you know that somebody suffered a grave injustice at the other side of the world where you will never visit and you will never live there or be subjected to the same system of criminal justice? But to be fair, at least we get reviews for Bloons TD 6, so I can know if that's a game for me. And yeah, that's definitely a game for me. I gotta download that shit.
Very affordable. If you can't, I recommend
I thought
gaslighting family
balloons
members into giving you money, blackmailing relatives,
balloons
or
are
petty
free to
crime.
play.
Remember, always under 1,000. That's the threshold for felonies. Gotta keep that record squeaky clean. Or, as I've heard it said, get that fong out yo boosie, playa. As always, more content to come, so stay tuned. This is the end of good videos. Here on out, there are no good videos. I'm tired of living in fear of some commenters. Here on out, more content to come, so stay tuned. This is the end of good
Okay.
videos. Here on out,
Sorry,
there are
I had
no
to
good videos.
pause
I'm
to
tired of living
read
in
that
fear
message.
of some commenter coming at me saying, Seth, you actually made a factual error. Correct, I did. And I'll do it again. Without the muzzle of quality control, I can flow more freely, like a sewage drain. As always, a warm thanks to the many members of a Merchants Guild generously funding and bankrolling these videos. You're all truly wonderful. Have a good one.
Well, that was educational, I guess. Oh, is there some post-credit scene?
Sorry you got twisted up in this scene. From where you're kneeling must seem like an 18-carat run of bad luck.
Truth is...
The game was rigged from the start.
And yeah, that would be everything from me today. Thank you very much for watching, and do consider that you don't need to get involved in dramas of people you will never personally know on the internet, because it just might make your life easier and more bearable on this planet. And please, take care of yourselves, because things are getting tough out there, and I will see you in the next one.